Federal Labor is pledging to create a strategic fleet of merchant ships to help secure crucial supplies in times of crisis. The new vessels would be commercially operated but could be repurposed by the government in an emergency. The Prime Minister says Bill Shorten's idea is simply a demand from the Maritime Union. Andrew Green reports.
Chinese-made and Japanese-funded. At 210 metres, this is the largest merchant ship to fly an Australian flag in a quarter of a century. And if Bill Shorten takes control this year, he's pledging it'll be the start of a merchant maritime revival.
The next Labor government, if we are elected, will make Australia a seafaring nation again with many more Australian ships.
Against a backdrop of rising military tensions and fears of global trade wars, Labor's proposing to form a national strategic reserve fleet comprising of up to a dozen new privately owned vessels. In times of crisis, the government could repurpose them to help secure fuel and other crucial supplies. So, what would it cost?
What we're going to do is sit down and work out with industry a system of tax incentives or indeed subsidies, and the final number will have to be concluded after talking with commercial operators.
Back on shore, the ideas left the Prime Minister bemused.
What I find surprising about Labor's announcement today is that when they were in government, they didn't commission one naval ship.
And Scott Morrison suspects it's union pressure that's forced the opposition leader's hand.
They seem to be more interested in doing what the MUA tells them to do, the Maritime Union, than what the Australian people wanted them to do, and that was to actually commit to our Navy.
Bill Shorten's hope of reviving the maritime industry is a mammoth task. Of the tens of thousands of merchant vessels which now ply global trading waters, only 14 carry the Australian flag. 30 years ago, it was around 100 ships. But so far, no money's been committed to Labor's policy, only a task force. Andrew Green, ABC News, Canberra.